All right, so we got 58 orders going out over the weekend, totaling a little over $1,100 in sales. Let's get to pulling and packing. Stick around to the end of the video to find out what's sold. In this vintage Top Dog t-shirt sold for $15 plus shipping. In this J. Crew women's pants sold for $10 plus shipping. In these stained American Eagle cargo shorts just listed sold for $15 plus shipping. All right, so I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed weekend. One thing that I was thinking about was that anyone could do this, right? Anyone can do this, start reselling little by little, taking their sales, reinvesting it back into their business to be able to grow a big business, as big as you want. So that really got me to thinking, it was like, I really have no special skills as far as like, I wasn't good at analytics, I wasn't good at finding inventory right off the bat. So all of these things just continued to grow over time as I got into reselling. So anyone could do this. That is the theme of today's video, is that I was just a regular guy working at a restaurant for several years until I got the itch of, I want to run my own business. I want to start my own business. And that just so happened to be in the business of reselling. So if you're thinking that you need to master a certain set of skills before you get going on reselling, that is not true. That is not true, because the skills that you really need to be successful in this industry actually are really taken on over time of doing this over and over again. So you develop the skills through practice, through being able to go out time and time again to look up the items that you want to find that are going to be able to resell on whatever platform you're wanting to choose. All right, we're selling some more underwear. These briefs by 2X IST or 2XS or whatever the heck it's called, $17.95 plus shipping. Excited to get those underwear out of here. These Ann Taylor pants just sold for $15 plus shipping. Pretty surprising. Just listed these about 4 weeks ago. All right, so I had a combined order of some shorts here. Some Guess shorts, Ann Taylor pants, and some Birdside shorts sold for $14 plus shipping. I love combined orders because I'm able to save the buyer on a little bit of shipping, and for me, saving a little bit of fees just really adds up. And really the importance of picking up the same items, like items, to resell in your store so you can get multiple quantity orders. Literally just listed this yesterday. It is a Gap pull-on skirt, sold for $12.56 plus shipping. So it just takes time to be able to get those skills up to a certain point, but you don't need to be going to reselling school, reselling college to be able to figure out how to resell, right? Though those things may shorten your learning curve, you could really just start now with the money that you have and make your first sale on the day you buy something to resell. So that's the beautiful thing, is you don't need to wait 6 to 8 months to, you know, be positive on your cash flow. So, you know, don't think that you need to be the best you can be before you start reselling. It's like, just start dirty, start before you're ready, just get going, and then you're gonna learn a lot more as you continue on. So for me, it's just been continuing to learn every day, learn about new brands, learn about how I could situate things better. Just this last weekend, we removed a lot of the junk that was just sitting here, you know, and I cleared up a second row. So now we have these row of jackets here, a little bit more organized. So, you know, I've only been doing this for 2.5 years. So it takes a little bit of time. I learn something new every day, how I'm going to organize the inventory. This is all inventory that comes in, you know, after pickup, comes in, gets organized here in black trash bags, processed. I'm usually, you know, just picking up items that I'm going to be listing in my store, so I'm not sorting as much anymore. This is the last of the bulk buyout from the storage units, really stuff that is yet to be processed. So this will be maybe my last processing through with all these clothes here, but still a lot of handbags to list, you know. But if I had done this 2.5 years ago, you know, just figuring out how to organize everything, it would look like a mess in here. But through 2.5 years of trial and error and struggle, I figured out, hey, you know, maybe I'm going to get some shelves. Maybe I'm going to do this sequential numerical system that everyone's talking about. Maybe I'll get some coat racks to hang up my coats on and label them rack 1, rack 2, rack 3. You know, all those things just came with time. So if you feel like, oh, this reselling, I need to go and take some master classes just to be able to be successful, just start now. Another brand I would most likely be passing up, but if it's 25 cents, you know, what the heck, I'll take the gamble. That is Forever 21. These are some linen blend pull-on joggers, sold for $17 plus shipping. These are just some simple Vans skater chino shorts, sold for $14 plus shipping. Not too bad. So, some things I've been doing recently, I just hired another lister, being able to train them on how I want my listing process done. So I have one lady doing 45 listings a day, and I have another guy doing 30 listings a day. That way my draft bank is always full, ready to go. I don't need to worry about, oh, I need to play catch up. You know, they're always a couple days ahead. So that's why you see all these stacks of clothing here, being able to now take sets of 75 photos every day, which is about 950 photos that I send off to these VAs, and they're working on tomorrow's listings, the next day's listings. So between the two of them, they've gotten really good as far as following my process, following the directions that I'm giving them, and it's been really a nice way to be able to get about 2 hours of my day back to be able to focus on other businesses, other ways to make money. And that's something that I'm going to be showing you along this journey on what are the things that I'm trying to do to be able to grow my business. So stay tuned for that. If you're also wanting to maybe get a little bit more guidance in your eBay store or in your reseller life, and if you haven't heard the news, Marcus Dixon and I have combined as an eBay coaching mentorship, Road to Six Figures, to help you go further, faster along your journey. You could check it out, linked in the description down below, where we offer 10 hours of coaching every week, working with you, helping you put those same systems and policies in place to help you get to that next level. You can work with dozens of other resellers in our Discord that can help you, and they're all getting value and growing their business. Everyone is on their own level and their own pace when it comes to reselling. We just want to help you reach your goal, which is our true passion in reselling. Reselling on eBay is great and all, but I really truly want to help people succeed in this business. Whether you just want to do it for part-time or a full-time gig, we're here to help you. So like I said, check it out, link below. We'd love to see you there. All right, huge bolo, Dan Skid. No, it's not. Actually would not recommend picking up this brand at all, but it's still sold for $12 plus shipping, $12,417. All right, so getting things like situated in this type of inventory system was a skill that I needed to acquire. If I had tried to do this when I first started out, I might have been a little bit more overwhelmed, but through time and through processing of picking up orders, pulling orders over time with this inventory system, I was able to get a lot faster, able to get some clarity on how I wanted this set up. So that just took time, right? That took time and practice. So going back to anyone can do this, though it will take some skills of having to do it on a repetitive basis for you guys to learn how you want to do your inventory system. I knew that I quickly did not want to be lifting up bins over and over and over again. So I wanted to be able to get out of the bin life to be able to get into some type of system like this. So not only does it save your back, but it's going to save you a lot of time in the long run. And yes, all of the items that you see here, the boxes, the shelves, the poly bags, can be found in the link in the description. If you are looking to get into maybe this type of system for holding your inventory, it doesn't just have to be clothes. You could do shoes, you could do books, trading cards, pretty much anything that would fit in that type of system there is going to be really beneficial for you to store tons of items. So we have about 7,500 items here on these racks, and still a lot more space to go, as well as possibly going up in the future. So yeah, you could check it out, link below. A little bit goes a long way in supporting the channel. An order I was just working on just yesterday, just sold, but nonetheless, it is a Patagonia women's button-up shirt. Had a stain, still sold for $10 plus shipping. Kind of crazy to see some Dockers be selling for $28 plus shipping. These are new with tags, so they are $12,055. I hear, you know, vintage Dockers do okay, Dockers new with tags do okay, but I think that just plain Jane Dockers not doing so well. So depends on your buy cost, but hey, you know, happy to get this $27 plus shipping. You know, most likely paid less than $1, so happy to take the profits on that. Going back to like the anyone can do this theme is like, I didn't start this way. You know, this was the start right here in bins. You could see I acquired a good bit of bins, right? Until I got to about 1,000 items, and I was like, I can't be seeing myself growing this store to thousands of items and lifting bins constantly, right? So then that evolved into that system over there. And then slowly I got racks for my jackets. Let's go into the shipping station. This evolved over time. Doesn't look like nothing special, but it gets the job done. Rolo printer, laptop, scale, tape gun, you know, all the polying bags and flat rate envelopes that I need. Just having something simple like this, but rewind 2 years ago, it was literally just a little desk with a laptop, me hunched over, shipping out orders. So it evolved into this. And it took practicing over and over again on how I wanted my labels done, where I wanted everything situated. So it just took time to develop those skills. Same thing with the listing station, is that it took time to be able to develop the sit-stand desk. I started out on a plain old desk with a laptop. So it took time to develop this, took time to get the monitors, get everything situated how I wanted them with these bags here, and I wrap all the orders up, and getting all these processes just took plenty of hours of figuring out how is the most efficient and effective way as possible as I could do it. Same with this photo setup. Nothing fancy, right? But I needed a place where I put all my stuff for wash, rejects, photography, and how am I going to organize it when it needs to be listed. So it just takes time. That's all, you know. Anyone can do this. Anybody, no matter where you are in life, anyone could make 6 figures reselling whatever they might want to resell. This Colorado Rockies pullover sweatshirt sold for $17 plus shipping. And another pair of underwear sold for $12.56 plus shipping. These Timberland jeans sold for $18 plus shipping. These are new with tags, came from the storage unit buyout I did last year. Timberland is typically a really slow seller. Had these listed for almost a year. So took a best offer of 18 bucks. And we had this Eddie Bauer women's thermal pullover shirt sold for $14.76 plus shipping. This lady had put in a request to pay 7 days later. I, of course, accepted it, went on faith, and what do you know, she paid on the 7th day. Usually my orders get auto-canceled after 4 days of non-payment and just get relisted, but there are special circumstances sometimes when people reach out to me and say, hey, I can't pay on this day. I'll usually go ahead and make note and give that person a chance to pay, but 9 out of 10 times, usually the person never pays and it just gets relisted. That's really just the part of doing business on eBay, and eBay is one of the only platforms where you can actually commit to buying something and pay later. So that's kind of tricky. You know, some people hate it, some people, you know, are about it. I just say just move on, you know, just get that item relisted and get it sold again, and hopefully that buyer will commit to paying. So happy with this purchase. Eddie Bauer is a pretty boring, plain brand, but still sold and, you know, listed maybe 2 months ago. Now I'll get to show you why I moved from this system to that system, and it just took time of practicing in this bin system to realize, oh, okay, I don't want to be doing this anymore. So we had a pretty low sell order, Urban Star jeans for $11 that are in bin E8. So I need to get all the way down there to pull this order. So what you would typically do is, you know, you're going to be moving all these bins, obviously, all the way down. E8, and then we're going to be shuffling through 3731. We got it right here. So if you're just starting out, this is totally great, totally good. I think once you get to about 1,000 orders, maybe even 500, you might want to think about, hey, maybe I'll buy a shelf and maybe start to get a little bit more organized. Why I really got out of this system was that I was starting to lose orders, and that is just a no-no for me. So I made that change and never looked back. So, but hey, starting here is totally fine. I think everyone has their own limit, their own way of doing things. All right, I really love selling this brand. That is the brand Cinch. Don't know if you can see that there. Cinch is kind of like a Western cowboy brand. This is just a simple button-up shirt that's sold for $19.96 plus shipping. Anytime I see this brand for the right price, I'm usually going to be picking it up. This had been listed for about 4 months, so I'm happy to take a best offer of $19.96 plus shipping on this. All right, so this is a great sale right here, and I actually went to the Goodwill bids last week. I wanted to be able to get my sourcing in and to be able to find, you know, maybe a few other items that I might not normally be getting in these bulk buyouts. So I went out because I wanted to have a little bit of fun. I hadn't been to the Goodwill outlet in over 1 year since buying bulk, and I came to this sweater here that was just sitting right on the pile, wondering why didn't anyone take this? It feels heavy, it feels good. It took a while to find the tag, and then on the inside of the tag, it was actually an Adidas Y3 Yohei Yamamoto knit sweater made out of wool, sold for $100 plus shipping. So you want to be on the lookout if you find an Adidas Yohei Yamamoto style shirt they sell, or sweater, they sell pretty good. But that just goes back to the power of, you know, if you really know your knowledge in the brands that people are usually passing up, that's where you can have a little bit of a competitive advantage. So this simple sweater got passed up over and over again, and I'm wondering why. It's wool. The one thing is the tag was really hard to find. So I think a lot of people, when they don't find a tag, they throw it aside. I took an extra minute to find the tag on the inside of the pocket. And, you know, to my surprise, these things sell for upwards of $100. So it weighs probably about 2 pounds. So I probably paid, what, $2-3 for this, and just listed it a couple weeks ago, 15063. So it is a new SKU. But just the power of knowledge, right? Learning over time. When you first start out, I would have passed this up, but over time you're going to go, oh, things that maybe weigh a little bit more, have a little bit more weight to them, they're going to feel a little bit more quality. That's when you can start to clue in and start to capitalize on what gets left behind. So what a blessing. Very thankful for this sale. And this Brooks Brothers wool coat sold for $12.56 plus shipping. I usually leave behind blazers and coats lately because I am running out of space here for coats. I'm still picking them up if they are made out of wool, cashmere, or silk, maybe some linen blend coats as well. But Brooks Brothers, kind of a okay brand, was willing to let this go for 12 bucks, especially since I got it for under $1. Nothing like a crazy sale here, but just the value of picking up like all over prints, certain patterns, certain styles, certain pop culture items. This is a Scooby-Doo men's button-up shirt, sold for $10 plus shipping, $14,278. Let's see how we could find this here. There we go. All right, so kind of a Hawaiian style Scooby-Doo shirt. Got this from bulk buyouts, so 25 cents, 50 cents an item. Just what a blessing to be able to pick up things for, what, $1 and sell them, you know, maybe just a couple weeks later for 10 bucks. So cool, really love it. Anyone can do it. But that is why I'm kind of looking out for more bold, loud patterns like this, Hawaiian prints, floral prints, camouflage, leopard prints, zebra prints. I could go on, right? Be pretty boring, but you may want to consider it if you are maybe living in an area that doesn't have too many name brands. I'm picking up this brand pretty often. I think most other resellers are too. This is some Torrid women's rayon shorts, sold for 10 bucks plus shipping. All right, I'm gonna get another box set up here for shipping. I put all my orders in here as they come in on eBay. Makes the shipping process so much easier. So basically I just take the newest order that comes in on eBay and I just put them in all in order. And that way when I go to the shipping page on eBay, it just all lines up perfectly and I just go down the line. So really helps eliminate mistakes. I am double checking and triple checking before these items are being sent out because I do not want to get one wrong item, because I do use the bulk shipping option when I ship out all these orders. So I'm printing them out in bulk. So I really need to double check and sometimes even triple check address, name, item, that they're all matching in order. So just to really not have to mess up. If you mess up one order, you're going to be messing up a couple of them. So, you know, whatever you do, however your process is, I think just eliminating the mistakes as best as you can really help you take your business to the next level and avoid, you know, any wrong items sent defects on your account. So this is just another simple plain Jane t-shirt by the brand Marine Layer, sold for $12.56 plus shipping. And I want to get into another question here from Mike C. So he asks, man, thank you so much for saying not to copy other resellers. What may work for one reseller may not work for you. It took me to finally realize that I was good enough at reselling to pave my own way without trying every strategy I hear online. What a beautiful thing. The best part about reselling is that you could build the system that fits your life, that fits your lifestyle, that fits your schedule. You're a morning person, do your work in the morning. You're a night owl, do your work at night. So that's the best part about reselling, is Mike said it so beautifully, is that you don't need to copy everybody's strategy for reselling. Maybe just take bits and pieces of what other people are doing and start to apply them to your life. Because he's so right. What might work for me is not for everyone. Maybe not everyone wants to buy 2,000 pounds of bulk clothing and be ruffling through all this socks and kids' clothes and all this stuff. Maybe people really like going to the racks in the retail stores. There's a place for everybody. These Maurice's plus size jeans, I believe they were size 20W, sold for $11 plus shipping. Maurice's is a terrible brand, right? But if the size is correct, like a 20W or a 1X, a 2X, a 3X for their tops, they do sell a little bit faster and for a little bit more money than just the plain basic size 2, size 4, size 8 size jeans. So $11, 14023, so listed this about a month ago. Really just want to increase the velocity in my store. I want to be getting items out of my store as fast as possible. So if I'm paying $1 for this and I accept an offer of 11 plus shipping, I'm going to take it, especially when it comes to a brand like this that I'm able to find over and over and over again. Maurice's is literally everywhere. A lot of people pass it up. So bigger sizes, better sell-through rate. All right, I thought I would just do this one outside, you know, because it's Eddie Bauer and all. These Eddie Bauer camouflage women's pants actually sold for $20 plus shipping. Pretty surprised with this brand. Nothing special, but it goes back to the power of listing patterns. So camouflage is somewhat trending right now, so I'm picking up pretty much all camouflage regardless of brand. You know, Eddie Bauer is a pretty basic brand, right? Nothing to write home about, but hey, you know, $1 turned into 20 in, you know, a short amount of time, I'll take that any day. It is a blessing to be just spending $1 or less on items and turn around and sell them for, you know, even $2, $4, $6. That's a great return on investment. All right, so we got a visitor. Who is it? Little bear, what are you doing? Just make sure you don't pee in here. He's a little Bengal cat, so he's gonna be probably looking for a spot to pee. Though, he might keep any rats out. Rat patrol. This place isn't 100% insulated, so it's you know, you're gonna have to deal with the elements. You know, this is why I put up this tarp here, because there was some leaks in the corner. So that is the project for this summer, is insulating this shop a little bit better to be able to withhold the heat a little bit better for this upcoming winter. Because you did notice I was wearing jackets pretty much 24/7 out here. Just getting this place a little bit more insulated is going to be my project for the summer, and really helping, you know, cut down on any kind of draft or breeze that might be coming through. So thankfully it doesn't get too cold out here in Oregon. So I have a Knox Rose sale. This brand is okay. Don't hate on it. It is okay. Knox Rose, usually the bigger sizes sell better. So this is a Knox Rose women's top, sold for $10 plus shipping. You know, pretty lightweight, pretty easy. If you find Knox Rose out there, up to you if you want to pick it up. I wouldn't spend more than $1 for it. So we have these Briggs shorts sold for $8. How are sales for everyone here? I want to know what has been going on since the eBay glitches and the eBay problems. Have sales returned back to normal for you? Have sales been pretty consistent? For me, it's about the same. It's about the same as I've been getting all year long, between 20 and 30 sales a day. So 12, 6, 1, but I want to know what has been changing, because things seem to always be changing on eBay, and I want to know if you're making any changes in your business. Are you listing more? Are you listing on another platform? Are you picking up different product? Leave it in the comment section down below. And if you guys have questions, please leave them in the comment section. We'll review them on a weekly basis. I'm here to help you guys and grow your business. So reach out, whether it's shipping station questions, photography questions, sourcing questions, leave it down below and I'd love to help you out. Little bear, what are you doing? He's inspecting the inventory. Is that what you're doing? You look like a little pig. Okay. I think he's scared. He just wants to get out. He says, there's no lizards in here. There's no birds. What am I doing in here? All right, be free. And another pair of Timberland jeans sold. Same, new at tags, sold for $19 plus shipping. So a lot of these older items are on heavy, deep discount, and this is why I wouldn't recommend picking up these brands. This brand is Forever 21. This is a women's dress, sold for $5 plus shipping. A lot of these items are on 40, 60, 80% discount, and really just looking to get some of my oldest items that are back there on the last shelf out so I can fill it with better, more profitable inventory. This is a Nike's Washington Cougars pullover sweater, sold for, I don't know why I always just forget, it's $12 plus shipping. The cool thing about this is I just listed it, pretty new SKU. Picking up a lot of Oregon Ducks, Washington State Cougars, Oregon Beavers gear. Football season's dead right now, but come July, August, September, hopefully this will be sold a lot faster through my store. This is a surprising one. These are just some basic H&M men's pants sold for $15 plus shipping. What a awesome sale. Really, H&M is a pretty bad brand. Surprised that someone made an offer of 15 bucks. I had them listed for $17.95. Isn't that amazing? Sometimes when you have a coupon of 30% off, they'll go ahead and send you an offer of 10% off the original price, and they'll just totally forget using the coupon. I accept those offers, and I just wait till they reach out to me privately if they, want a bigger discount. But usually people just end up making an offer lower than your coupon, and I just end up taking it. So another brand here is a BB women's top, sold for $5 plus shipping, $8,908. BB making a comeback. Not really. Usually I'd pass that up. Don't know really why it's in the inventory. $8,908. Okay, that is way back here. $8,908. There we go. All right, we got it. Here we go. Beautiful, huh? So this women's Nike plain t-shirt sold for $17 plus shipping. I find a ton of Nike in my area, and I've usually been able to be picking it up for usually 25 cents to 50 cents a piece. I have been trying to avoid finding any Nike that is stained or has holes. Because that brand is in such abundance in my area, I'm gonna try to pick up the stuff that is ready to go, doesn't have stains or holes. I'm trying to avoid that because I do find Nike so often in my area. So I don't know, what do you guys do? Do you pick up stuff with holes and stains in it? And are you listing that in that store? I have, in your store, I have sold stuff that has holes and stains, but with such a lower tier brand like Nike, I'm usually gonna pass up stains and holes when it comes to lower end brands. So what is your strategy? What do you like to do? One thing I've been playing around with a lot in my business lately is all things AI. Just really figuring out what could I use AI for to really help me get faster in my business, processes in my business. Everyone's been on the ChatGPT train, but I think that there's something even more beneficial here called Agent GPT, which is trained on current internet data. So this is free. I'll leave it linked in the description below. You could check it out. I think one of the most beneficial things that I would use this for is planning. So if you don't have a business plan or any kind of plan at all, you're going to want to figure out how I could use this AI to be able to plan my day out, to plan my business out from 2 to 5 years from now. So go ahead and check this link out and type in things like, I think a useful thing is write me a business plan based around my certain area, county, or state in the reselling niche. I want to become a 6-figure reseller, or I want to be $1 million reseller in this county, how to source inventory, write out a business plan for me. Along those lines, and you'll be surprised on what type of information. It's going to start pulling information from your area, things that maybe may be in abundance in your area for you to source. Check it out. Just play around with it, and I think that it's going to be really helpful for you when it comes to the planning part of things. At this rate, AI is going to be moving so fast, so you're going to want to be able to use these agents, AI agents, to be able to help you get more productive and efficient in your business. Oh, nothing fancy here. This is just a Forever 21 full zip sweater sold for $8 plus shipping. This is a Justice League men's t-shirt sold for $10 plus shipping. Had some stains, has a heavy graphic on the back. Pretty cool. Here's a surprising fast sale, and this brand is not good at all, but this is the brand Chaps. This is just a regular women's plaid button-up shirt. It's sold for $17 plus shipping. Listed it 3 days ago. Sometimes don't things just surprise you on how fast they sell when the brands aren't that good? For me, I'm still amazed at that. Chaps is a pretty low-end brand, and usually people pass it up, but bulk buyout, happy to get it for just pennies on the dollar. And yeah, please make me an offer and I'll accept. Maybe we should rename this to the Terrible Brands What Sold, because another terrible brand, Hollister, sold for $17.95 plus shipping. It is kind of like a romper, so with some bell sleeves on there. 15315. Where are you? Way down here. So Hollister, not good at all. But I believe this was a new with tags dress. So, you know, I'm not going out paying $5, $7, $8 for this. If it's 25 cents, I'll pick it up, especially if it's new with tags. This is a new with tags men's pullover sweater sold for $13 plus shipping by the brand Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah, this brand is not a good one either. But, you know, this is a storage unit purchase from a while back, a year ago, and really just thankful to get some of these items out and reinvest them into maybe more bales or maybe some other sourcing ventures. Another brand I don't really, break my back to go out and find, and that's the brand Kenneth Cole. These are some men's pants sold for $15 plus shipping, 7534. So a lot of these items of late have been from the bulk buyout I did from these storage units that had a lot of new with tag items. Completely life-changing for my business, but also really wanting to remember that don't hold on to these items, don't have an emotional attachment to them. A lot of them are new with tags, but Kenneth Cole has such a slow sell-through rate on eBay that basically got to take any offer that comes in. So 15 bucks after a buy cost of 70 cents per item, listing it over a year ago. I'm just happy that someone was willing to pay that for Kenneth Cole. I don't know about you. Do you pick up Kenneth Cole? Probably not. You're probably thinking, Bo's crazy. I would never pick up these brands. But for me, about a year ago, a big shift happened. I really wanted to get into more of a volume-based business. I didn't want to have to worry about my stress coming from sourcing enough quality items. So I wanted to really lower my buy cost to be able to really source some maybe lower tier mall brands so I could just maybe make a little bit less profit but more sales per day, if that makes sense. So what I just pulled there was a J. Jill. Wow. Not a good brand either, but it was a linen blend top that sold for $8. So if I'm picking up something for 25 cents for 50 cents and it's selling for $8 after fees, tax, shipping, you know, maybe I'm turning 50 cents into like $5, $6. So pretty happy with that though, nonetheless. This No Boundaries barn jacket, another terrible brand, on rack 2, sold. So these jackets, you can see here, really not, you know, don't have the space for many more. And I think that I'm going to be kind of slowing down a little bit on jackets unless they could fit in my inventory system. But as far as jackets that go on racks, probably going to be slowing down for a minute on that. But yeah, so this barn chore jacket sold for $8 plus shipping. You know, another terrible brand, No Boundaries. But this has some snap buttons on it, and I just listed it, so really just want to get these jackets out of here, especially before it starts warming up too much. So wanted to get into another viewer comment. Relaxation Station says, eBay is making millions from promoted listing sales. If you want to increase sales, you have to pay up. While this is kind of 50-50 debate, right? You could sell items without promoting them and do just fine. But I believe that if you start getting a bigger store and getting into more saturated categories, you might want to consider promoting your items to really help have more of a competitive advantage, start having your items seen by more buyers. So if you get into more saturated categories, it's going to be harder for your items to sell no matter on what page you are on, because there's only so much demand in that category. So that's where the promotion comes in, is that you're taking something that's going to be usually passed up on and being able to get it in front of the buyer on page 1 to hopefully fall in that sales. Maybe there's only a 30% sell-through rate every 90 days. Hopefully by promoting your item, you could fall within one of those sales. So while promotions aren't necessary and you could do just fine without it, I believe that once you start to get bigger and start to pick up more items that are more saturated, you might want to consider promoting your items. The return on investment in itself is much greater. I think I spend about $10,000 a year in promotions to make an extra, you know, $50,000 to $60,000 worth of sales extra. So most of my sales come from promoted listings. I would say it's like 50-50, 50% organic, 50% promoted. But most of my impressions and my listing page views, like 80% come from promotions. So if you want your items to sell, and you want them to sell faster, consider maybe promoting your items. This Eddie Bauer pullover quarter zip, kind of a fleece sweater, sold for $8.38 plus shipping. A pretty decent brand here is the brand Ex Officio, kind of an outdoors fishing wear brand. This is just a regular women's shirt, sold for $10 plus shipping. I'm picking up this brand Ex Officio anytime it's $1 or less. In these men's GH Bass canvas cargo pants, sold for $12 plus shipping. This Adidas crop full zip sweater sold for $17.95 plus shipping. Really just picked it up because it was new with tags. So really happy to get it out of here. So the overall theme of today's video, if you come away with anything, is that no matter where you're at, just start. Start before you're ready, start messy, because I believe that if you procrastinate and you're thinking, oh, I need to develop these skills, oh, I need to be, you know, so much better before I start, I think that the learning comes as you do it. So, you know, the bad buys come as you do it. The bad mistakes when you're sorting your inventory come when you do it. The missed orders and the misplaced items come as you do it. So I think just doing it and getting, you know, your mistakes out of the way done early, you know, then you could set yourself up for success. Because I think that no matter how prepared you are, you're still going to make mistakes, especially when it comes to reselling with the trends going up and down all over the place. So no matter where you're at, just start, get going, develop that muscle memory, develop those good habits, those listing habits, those block schedules that you need to really set time aside to really grow this business. So I think that just getting started, get going, do not feel discouraged, be proactive, and you will see the change that you want to see in this business. All right, so we had this White House Black Market women's pencil skirt sold for $17.95 plus shipping. And we had these Miss Me embellished rhinestone women's jeans sold for $34.95 plus shipping. So if you want to know what types of brands that I'm picking up on a daily basis, you could check out this video right here where it goes over the top 50 clothing brands that I'm constantly on the lookout for. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I hope you all have a blessed rest of the day. Take care.